Peace, peace. Yours truly, Ivory Soul's Journey. What's up, Soul Tribe? Hope everybody's having a good night, good weekend so far. What up, y'all? Give y'all a couple minutes to come on in. Those that might be available. See what's up with you. Y'all doing all right? We're going to talk some little inspiration. What's up, Mary? We're going to talk a little inspiration tonight. That's what we're going to do. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come right on in. Come right on in. I's be here. Doing all right this evening, Mary. That's good. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yours truly, Ivory Soul's Journey. What and who inspires you? That's what we're going to talk about. What and who inspires you? Jess, what's up? You know, sometimes I do like to get away from the cards. And sometimes getting away from the card is good. Y'all come right on in. Yours truly, Ivory. You can dig it, nephew. Oh, yeah. Y'all come right on in. Come right on in. Who and what inspires you? Wow. I'll share some things, but I also want you to think about what I'm asking. Who and what inspires you? Sorry for the background noise. East Texas. Hunting today, you know, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Toast to the tribe. This is what's left from where I just came from. I'm gonna share with y'all in a minute because it's part of the inspiration, right? Y'all come right on in, come right on in, come right on in. And we're gonna go ahead and jam on it. Jam on it. What's up, everybody? Now, I can start anywhere, but I'm sitting here contemplating where to start. I'm not lost for words. I'm never lost for words. Expression is easy for me. But I wanted to think for a second. I remember I was in the first grade. I was in the first grade. And my mother, her brothers and sisters, they used to have a band. And they used to perform. And they was the shit. The band was called Bad Weather Band. Yep. BWB, Bad Weather Band. And it was my uncles and aunts. And if you will, the leader of the group, shout out to him, my Uncle Calvin. He was the lead guitar player, but he played several instruments. Now, true story, the truth still. So my grandmother, my granddad, he bought them equipment, and my grandmother, bought them equipment when they was like young, but they're not so much older than me. It's like the first half of my mother is the oldest out of 20. So I have a couple of uncles and aunties that are either my age or younger, right? Three or four. What's up, Kiki? So my Uncle Calvin, I remember they used to be, we're in Michigan at and they're in Tennessee. But before we moved Michigan in 71, which now you can see that's a long time ago. All right. In Memphis, I'm a little big fella, as they say. And I used to want to go over to my grandmother's house because they would be rehearsing and practicing during the week for their shows that they would have to do on the weekend, right? So I used to ask my mother, you got to go to school tomorrow. You got to do this. So I would beg and plead my mother, could I go? Because I would sit on the floor by my uncle's amplifier who played the guitar. And I would sit on the floor by the amplifier, and he would be either standing or sitting in this like bar stool, high, bar stool chair, like, and he would just be zoned out, right? And the music was so soothing to me, to the point to whereas I would fall asleep. Little young fella now, couldn't have been no more than 4 or 5 at this time, but I would fall asleep with my head on the amplifier while all that noise and that speaker, and I would be gone. They would get through rehearsing, he would wake me up. Come on, boy, you got to go to bed. You got to go to school in the morning. Listen, folks, to this very day, now I inspire him. Let me give y'all something right quick here. I want to talk about this here because I want y'all to think long and hard on whatever and whoever inspires you. All right. So we're going to hang out and we're going to talk for a minute. What's up, Roxy? What's up, Tasia? Vanessa? Listen. So years go by. And I remember when I entered into my first band and I sang and I played the drums, right? I sang and I played the drums. But it was when I was going to sleep with my head on that amplifier, listening to my uncle play that doggone guitar and my other uncle playing them drums. And then my other uncle on the bass. Then I had another uncle on percussions, and then my aunt Sylvia, who was the lead singer of the group, can blow her ass off. That was the beginning of my inspiration. My first love, other than my mother, was music. It's all in me, even to this very day. So I get older, and me and a friend, we organized and formed a group. And we just titled it Sly and Jano. That was it, Sly and Jano. Who everybody else was people that we would let, hang out with us in jam sessions. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, right? So having been around certain people, now my uncle, okay, my granddad passed away in the early 70s. And then my grandmother remarried a few years later, and she married Eugene King, who was first cousins to the late B.B. King. So then I got an opportunity to be around even more inspiring people from the music community. I remember going down on Beale Street, going to B.B. King's club, and just would sit there and listen to the maestro. Real shit, y'all, down on Beale Street. Young fella, I would just get away on my own, young. Those moments inspired me. So one day, so my uncle, he learned from the likes of like a few people that I can tell y'all that you know. And one of them being, of course, B.B. King, but Ernie Isley was one of my Uncle Calvin's inspirational musicians. And Ernie Isley learned a lot from um, Jimi Hendrix. So being around just that energy, and then years later, you know, having the opportunity to meet people like Larry Graham, y'all know is one in a million. You hang out with these cats, and then my young brothers from grade school, from elementary school, all the way up, Gordon, Triplet, Melvin, Riley, Gordon Strozier. Y'all know them as Ready for the World. Oh, Sheila tonight, you know, that type of stuff. And then Bo Watson, back home, shout out to Bo, you know, Midnight Star, play another slow jam. I'm around all of these great musicians, but not just musicians, but good people. I remember years ago when Anita Baker, before you knew her as Anita Baker from Detroit, she used to come to Flint, and at this junior high school auditorium and gymnasium, her and her early band used to perform every weekend at Emerson Junior High School in Flint, Michigan. And then you can Google this. The name of her group was Chapter 8. Well, I went to the Emerson, but the name of her group was Chapter 8. The story y'all hear about her manager and people early on saying that she didn't have that voice. Wow. We all know that's a lie now. All right. Who else? Second Ebenezer Baptist Church, Detroit. Pastor Franklin, Aretha Franklin's dad. We call her now, well, she deceased, blessings to her, Mom Franklin, Mama Franklin, right? Mama Aretha. But then there's another gospel artist who's deceased and gone on to the afterlife. And her name was Dr. Maddie Moss Clark. Y'all know her famed daughters as the Clark sisters. Her daughter Karen, her husband. I'm taking y'all on an inspirational moment here. And I'll climax here in a second. But her daughter Karen, this is before Kiara, her baby, who's grown now. Dr. Clark's daughter Karen, her husband, this had to be in 89, 90. But her husband, Drew, Pastor Drew Sheard, he was a young brother, right? He was a young brother. I was a young brother, but at that time I had just got quote unquote married. And I guess I was married a year or two. I'm young. And my pastor, Bishop Herbert Williams, I moved from Flint to Detroit. And back in the 80s. And but I was in Detroit damn near every weekend. But I went to my pastor. He loved me. He loved my wife. I had 2 sons. I like to say an Aries and a Capricorn. My firstborn is a Cappy. But now check this here out. So I told Pastor, I said, Pastor, I'm moving to Detroit. And so he says, oh, yeah. He says, okay. He says, well, why the move? And I had got hired. Let me turn this shit down. Hold on. I got hired as general store manager for Pizza Hut on the east side of Detroit. I'm young, right? So 16811 East Warren Avenue, Detroit. So I get there, but before I go, I'm in the pastor's office. So he says, hold on. There's a young pastor of mine in Detroit, in Highland Park. He says, I want you to go by and visit him. I'm not telling you you have to join. I'm just telling you. He says, but they used to all call me prophet because I would speak what then y'all, you know, prophetic things pertaining to the future. And people all over the country used to want to hear me come speak. But anyway, so he get on the phone and he calls this young pastor, Pastor Sheard, Drew Sheard. So I get on the phone, I talk to him, and he asked me when was I coming. I said, I'll be there the weekend. He said, well, stop by the church Sunday if you can. I said, I will do. And he said, bring your family. So I get up and I go by the church that Sunday morning. And so anyway, so and I'm looking over there at the first lady, and I'm like, my eyes get like this, and she look at me, and I'm like, Sister Karen? She said, yeah. I didn't know Karen Clark was married to this here pastor, Drew Sheard. So it dawned on me because at Bishop Bailey's church in Detroit on the west side, that's where Dr. Mattie Moss Clark and people y'all know like the Winans and Thomas Whitfield and company, this where all of us, you know, went to church. So I've always been around great musicians and singers. So they're at the church, and he said, you want to address the, you know, I'm in the pulpit. I'm a preacher, evangelist. So he was like, prophet, you want to address the people? And so I did like this. And so he says, no, come on, address the people. So I get up and I speak, not knowing that one day my sister, Karen Clark, would be married to, now she's the first lady. Great Emmanuel Church of God in Christ, Bishop Drew Sheard, if you in Detroit, go holler at him. Tell him Evangelist Ivory said hi. Listen, that choir she put together, Great Emmanuel. And I did not know after becoming a member of the church briefly, because as we used to say, you know, God had a word for me. I'm talking about what inspires you and who inspires you. Now check this here out. So, wow. I don't even have to say anything about the Clark sisters for those that know gospel music. Let's fast forward a little bit. So, me as a songwriter and musician, we was at the UNAT convention in Memphis, Tennessee. This had to have been like around 91, 92. And as a songwriter, so I wanted to write this song. And I did. I mean, I wrote the song, but I wanted UNAT to do it. But I did not know that you donate the song when it's UNAT, United Auxiliary Conference, right? So I didn't know that, me and my brother. So I'm like, I'm not giving my song away for free. True story, y'all. Karen, Vanessa Bear Armstrong were the two individuals that I want to do this song. True story. And it ended up being the song that I marched in on, me and my kid's mother. We're good. But that's the song we marched in on our wedding day, right? True story. But she could sing her ass off. So I went to the studio, all of that before the wedding, yada, yada. It was all planned out. Now it's on record. Boom. Wedding day, boom. March in on the song that I wrote. Very powerful shit. Now check this here out. So I ended up getting a recording studio in my home. And I've always had my children around music, just like I grew up around music. Now, so many young cats back in the day, they would come by or they would find out that I had a studio. And very few people back then had recording studios in their home, in my basement. But I had one. I've always had it. Not always in every house that I lived in, but you know what I'm saying. So these young cats, they would come in and I inspired them. I didn't know. Hell, I was just in there on the boards, on the instruments, and they're writing, doing what they like to call beats. Beats is easy as shit to me, especially when you're a musician. Beats is simple because you're really looping, to be honest with you. But anyway, so they would want me to do this, and me being the person that I was, you know, I've had a couple of independent record labels. Nothing major, but I'll share with y'all something here in a second. But they was inspired just because I had this this studio, and they had somewhere that they can go, you know, work on their skills, their gifts, their talents, and so on and so forth. And a lot of them are very, very talented. So then my nephews, I remember at church, my two sons and my nephews, they were all the same age, a little younger, a little older, each other, you know, a bunch of them. But at church, they would sit there and listen to me either play the drums, hop on the keyboards, or sing or some shit like that, right? That would inspire them because they know at home I got this studio and they young, so they would like to come by. So they ended up growing up, even younger cousins. And when I tell y'all these cats, they got families now, some badass musicians and artists. So they used to all look up to me. They used to say I inspired them. Back in 1999, 2000, from 99 until 2003, I'm back in Memphis, Tennessee, and I got a home in Detroit. So I'm back and forth, right? So there was an artist out of Memphis. Now, like, I remember when your Project Pat, I remember when, rest in peace, Gangsta Boot, right? She went to school with some of my older nieces and nephews there in Memphis, Tennessee, Lanier Junior High School. Google it. And her brother Country Black, knew him. Project Pat, knew him. 3-6, knew him. My mother, before she passed, an 8-ball mother, they used to go to the same church. They was mothers of the church. MJG, you know, just I'm not just trying to say things to just, you know, for clout chasing and shit. No, here's where I'm going. I left from Memphis, me and my dad, in 21, 2 years ago. Back in 2018, 2017 was the last time that I really done some serious studio work, if you will. 2017 and 2018. Yeah. So before then, it had went all the way back about 15 years. And so these, there was these moments, these episodes, if you will, I like to call it, in my life, that I would get this inspiration again to get back in the yo. And it would be people, whether it's nephew or my son, they were always, Pops, man, look, I'm gonna just talk like they talk and talk how, you know, they be like, Pops, man, look, motherfucker really just don't know who you are, who you've been around, and what you have done. When Dr. Mattie Moss Clark passed, rest in peace, Moms Clark, and I was honored to have the first tribute as far as just people that loved her in the gospel community. And when Karen and Jackie, Dorinda, when they said, yes, you can do it. And so I had Karen Clark and her choir, Greater Emmanuel, for this tribute. I had Greg and the Chicago Mass Choir. Then I had, who else did I have on that? Michael Hammond, he used to be the engineer of a couple of my shows. That's the brother of, y'all like, you know, Fred Hammond. This is Detroit shit, right? And who else? the Ginyards out of Detroit, Michigan. Who else? Oh, yeah. And my homeboy, my brother, love him to this day. I ain't talked to him in years. He ain't talked to me. I ain't seen him. Listen, y'all know him as Marvin Sapp. I just call him. What up, Sapp? The boy can sing his ass off. But anyway, Marvin Sapp. So that was the tribute concert. Who pops up after they finds out? Kurt Franklin. So we have this nice show. Shout out to Dare K-Fake Detroit. FM 105.1. Listen, fam. My son calls me last week. And he was like, Pops, when you gonna get back in the yo? And me and my son, we got this here relationship, right? He a Capricorn. So he like, Pops, when you gonna get back in the yo, man? I said, man, I don't know, man. I says, I was in the studio back on my birthday last year. He said, no, Pops. He said, when you gonna get back in the yo like you normally used to be in the yo? I don't know, man. I guess when it's a project that inspires me again, or when I can feel I have to do things out of inspiration, right? So he said, you still haven't released Grandmama's track that you did. It was a tribute to my mother and my son and two of my nephews. It was a hip hop R&B track because the hook, as we say, I was singing the hook, but I did do a verse. Yeah, I can spit too, but I did 16 bars. I did 8 bars, right at the end. That was back in 2013, 2012. My mom passed in 2010. So we ready to release it. Then there was death in the family. And then I had already been divorced and so on and so forth. My life was good as far as I became more inspired again. But I never released that tribute track to my mother, right? Listen, y'all. So my son, he called me last week and he reminded me of that shit. He was like, Pops, motherfuckers just don't know who you are. I do. He said, you ain't got to say nothing. He said, I'll speak for you. You ain't got to perform. You ain't got to do nothing. Just come and put it together. Make sure that. And so today, after all these years, out of the blue, 2 nephews show up and the son. So this studio down in Houston, I'm about 80 miles from Houston, north of Houston. So studio down in Houston, partner that I know. So I hit him up and I was like, you wouldn't believe who in town, who rolling through town. He was like, who? I said, my son and my nephew. He said, bring him to the yo. Bring him to the yo, because a few years back, I had sent him some stuff that I did, and he heard me. He said, man, I got it. We got to do something. And everybody be calling me or they'll call me Pops or old school. But, so we sitting here, and we leave from my house, We go get something to eat. I didn't want nothing to eat. They was hungry because they been traveling. So I take them to a restaurant down in Houston. They get them something to eat. And then so my partner, he come by, Tick come by. We told him we had made it. So he said, "Where y'all at?" I said, "Well, they wanted to eat something." So they ate. I was going to, I told them, so next time they in, I'm going to take them down. Hey, y'all go down to Trill Burgers. Yeah, down in Houston, Bun B, badass burger, good brother. Go down there, get you some of them Trill Burgers, right? But check this here out. So we leave from there. We follow Tick over to the studio. And so I'm sitting, I get to the studio, and just like anywhere else I go, I carry me a little kit. And in my little kit, I have my sage. You know, I have my little stuff that I keep because, you know, I like to keep my surrounding space clear, and they know me. And so when I pulled it out, my nephew said, "Oh, shit, he done pulled out the sage." He said, "He must detect either something that he don't like or he clearing that space because he finna get crunked up." I was like, both. So I bought this here all the way from Houston from the yoke. But now check this here out. It's done now. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening at Tick. I'm listening at my son and my nephew. They back and forth in the booth. You know, they doing their thing. So I'm sitting there on one side of the board. Tick, he over here engineering on the other side. I'm just, you know, grooving to the music, enjoying the environment, looking at my son, looking at my two nephews. And I'm like, damn, I used to inspire these young cats. So then the music stopped. So Tick was like, "Look, man, come on, do something, man. You sitting here like you just coming here staggering. You just standing on the wall at the club. Come on and do something, man." So I said, "Man, right now, I just don't feel inspired to do that right now." And then he said, "Remember this?" And he started playing the track that I wrote for my mother, the tribute. It was just entitled "Mama, We Love You," right? One day I'm gonna let y'all hear it and y'all give me y'all little opinion. I did the whole everything, all the instruments, the whole music, singing the hook. And so he was playing it. And as soon as he started playing it, I could hear my mama's voice. And she used to tell me that she used to call me Little Sly. They call my dad Big Sly. She said, "Little Sly, remember I told you, don't ever sit on your dream. Don't you ever bury your talents and your gifts because they're going to make room for you one day." And I can plainly hear her saying that, my mental, while the music is playing, while the track is playing. And so I'm looking at my son. And then when he got to his verse, he kind of felt some type of way, you know? And so I'm like, bam. Let me go on and get in the mood, so to speak. We was at the studio about 8 hours. I got back here about 10:30. Not even, I haven't been back home. Well, now a little bit over an hour. And let me tell y'all something. You don't ever think you're too old. Music is a frequency, it's a vibration, it's a rhythm, it's energy like everything else. And so I got to playing the keyboards, just some simple chords, you know. And they was like, damn, here we go. Damn, yeah, So my son was like, right there, Pops, yeah, right there. So my so my partner, Dick, he going, his head, you know, when you in that zone, his head bobbing to the beat, like, damn. And so he over there, I said, don't you be over there record. He said, nah, I ain't finna record nothing. He said, I know how you, I don't like nobody record. I like to record my own shit. I don't want my shit saved to nobody's hard drive and none of that shit, right? I know how it is out here with these masters. If anything, I'm gonna keep my shit. So in about the first 2 hours of just me putting together some simple, you know, just some simple little drum ticks, you know, percussion blends, shit like that, some accents behind these chords that I was doing, then a couple of little melodies and, you know, shit like that, you know. They thought it was a hit. So they like, man, Pops, you still dropping these damn hits. I said, but y'all won't release them. Y'all know I'm not finna go out there and perform this shit. They were like, look, so they were like, Pops, where do we sign? Where do we sign? Tick was like, look, old school. Don't never let nobody tell you you ain't got it. You badass. You badass. True story. Me and my kid's mother, we was together 20 years. And after we departed, my son, I was young. He was freshman in, he was a freshman in college. And my oldest son, he was almost getting ready to graduate. No, my youngest son wasn't in, he was in high school his last year, but my oldest son was at Morehouse in Atlanta. So I told them to come by the studio. They come by the studio. You know, me and their mother ain't together. We good, though. We friends. We cool, right? Man, they leave from the studio. They go back to over their mama house. Ma, did you know Daddy can do this and do this? She said, I knew he could play the drums. He used to play the drums, but no, Mama, no. Pop's in there doing albums. She said, you lying. She calls me after she hears the CD that I was promoting for an artist with Lil Jon down in Atlanta. And she said, why you didn't tell me that you could do this and you could do that? She said, you did this music. I said, it's a lot of things that I can do that a lot of people don't know. She said, so you mean? I said, you marched in. Remember when we got married? We marched in. She said, I know you did that. She said, that was gospel. She says, but wow. So all of these years, and she had met some folks through me, but anyway, so I'm like, yeah, folks, let me tell you something. That was this great inspiration that came over me today. And it took me all the way back to when I was 4 or 5 years old with my head laid over the side of my uncle's guitar amp as a kid, listening to them practice and do their music. I remember the late Orlando Draper. We organized a choir together that was called the Associate Community Choir. Orlando Draper, bad dude. If you know anything about gospel music, Stellar Award winning Orlando, Grammy nominated Orlando. But today, everybody inspired me. All the way back from when I was 4 or 5 years old. So I says, okay, I don't like having shit. I used to sleep and live in the recording studio. No shit, in a garage. I loved being around. I used to like to wake up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and from a dream can be inspired and then go in there and put stuff together. You know, I'm not saying that's where I'm back at right now, but I can tell y'all one thing. It felt so damn good today. And it felt good just seeing my son and my 2 nephews. These are some very talented, they're in their 30s now, but these are some very talented brothers. Not because they family. I'm talking about very, very talented. And I'm their inspiration. My inspiration, these people, some are gone, some are here, but it's the music that inspires me. So here it is now. I don't know. I probably got volumes of songs that I have never, ever put out there, if you will. Lyrics, so many songs. I have about 20, 25 to my credit that's copywritten and published. But I used to have good artists, but some would get locked up, some would have this issues. And so that's what I would like back off and be like, man, look, because I'm not interested in. So Tick was telling me, so when my sons and my nephew, we was done, and before I came back, so me and Tick was standing outside talking. He was like, King, listen, even if you don't do it for you, he said, do it for your moms and do it for me. Hopefully you'll do it for your moms, but do it for me. He says, because I ain't never heard nobody. I ain't never seen nobody that just can come in the studio and just. I'm not a professional musician. I'm an inspirational musician. And had I never stopped, I don't blame this, but had I never started smoking cigars, I used to smoke the Cubans, but cigars, I still would have my wind and vibrato and diaphragm that it takes to bring a note. Man, you got to see it. I used to sing and warm up with Minnie Riperton type shit. Serious. I used to can go way up there. One of the very few that could, like I love Philip Bailey, even though it's a falsetto. I love it. I love I love Mr. Biggs, that falsetto. I love Heat Wave. And I love Eddie Kendricks. But from a rap standpoint, there's 2 that I appreciate to this very day. And it's because I've had an opportunity on one or two occasions to be around them in the flesh. And that was when Tupac came to Detroit. Snoop's father was from Detroit. They came after Snoop got out back in the 90s. And they did that concert in Detroit. I had the opportunity to meet both of them backstage. But Busta Rhymes and Tupac, as far as female, I like to call a little sis. I love me some Miss Elliott because of the creativity and the originality that they but one Busta, ain't but one Pop, ain't but one Missy. You're not gonna get too much better. That's just me from a rap standpoint. Today, let me tell y'all something. Whatever inspires you, I don't care where you are at this point in time in your life, whatever inspires you, whoever inspires you, there's a rebirth energy. And I was so glad to know now, I found out today, just hanging around with the young cats, found out today, Busta finna come back and do a whole nother album. And if I'm not mistaken, Timberland, who I appreciate a lot, love a lot, because he did the shit for Elliot that I love, for Sis, right? But Busta they finna do, who's that? Swiss Beats, Timberland, and Pharrell is getting ready to do Busta's new album. Of course, Pac is not here, man. But listen, whatever and whoever inspires y'all, folks, Soul Tribe. I like being around people that inspires me, or I inspire them. I don't like being around that fake ass energy. No shit. I like being around people who inspire me, and I inspire them, because it's the inspiration that counts. So if you see me posting videos, just some little shit, and I'm in the studio, and then you'll say, wow, that's beautiful. Just know that I've been inspired. I've been inspired. And it takes special shit and special people to inspire me. I'm not easily inspired. I'm being honest with you. Me doing my jewelry is inspiration. That's what inspires me. Me doing my crafts, that inspires me. Me coming here, sharing my gifts, using these cards, that inspires me, or I wouldn't do it, folks. And I know that it's so much more that I could do. There's so much more that I can give back to. And to see, my son and my nephews And then I have even cousins their ages that they still call me unc. I call all of them nephews. My nieces, they inspired me again. The lead guitar player, Gordon Strozier, who was battling cancer, now he's clean and clear for Ready for the World. Gordon, me and Gordon was like this here. We still, now, the last time I talked to him and I saw him, I was like, man, you gonna get better, man. You gonna come through this shit, man. Fuck that. And then the story behind the group, Ready for the World, and how that shit went down. Then the first professional studio I ever recorded in, Silver Sun Recording on Coldwater Road. We used to call it the basement. And that's where Ready for the World, Bernard Terry, the late Bernard Terry. It's still a mystery to me how he's not here. And he was healthier than all of us, vegan, the whole 9 yards, healthy brother. Did not look 60 some years old. And a couple years ago, he's gone. That shit bothered me. Bone Crusher. So it's kind of like my son was saying in the studio. Pops, a lot of folks don't even know you supposed to be quote unquote dead, but you still here. He said, I really believe, Pop, that you got a lot of shit, man, that you can share with people, even past life stuff that could really help people. He says, you really need to be, he said, maybe daddy, you need to just be reborn or rebirth or something. He says, because you got some shit that you can share with people. So I said, I'm going to start out just doing, not going back, but just doing things that once somebody inspires you or once something inspires you, it never dies. That inspiration you can build on, you can feed on, you can eat from. So I says, you know what I'm going to do this fall? I'm going to get my ass up. I've been making sure that my pops is straight. It's been a full-time job, 24/7 with him for the past couple of years. He gave me his blessings last week. And if y'all knew, I'm going to find this video on my Facebook. That's going to take a minute because I got over 3,000. Well, I don't know how many is there now, but there's a video of Pops singing and performing. And he told me last week, he said, man, you know what I want you to do? I said, what's that, Pop? He said, I want you to get back in that damn studio, man. I want you to get back in the studio. He said, go make some beautiful music for me. Give me something to listen to while I can't do much now. And I told him, I said, you got it, Pops. The last time and the only time I was in a recording studio, me and my Pops together, it was classic and legendary to me, to say the least. To see me, my Pops, and my son, 3 generations on the mic. I'd do anything to see that again, to live that again. And I didn't take advantage of that inspirational moment. whatever it is that inspires you. When I hear my pop still tell the story, 1966, I'm going on 2 years old. And for those that are familiar with, you can Google it, the Memphis in May International Festival made its debut in the spring of 1966 on Mid-America Mall, downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Now that festival, everybody from the Rolling Stones, you name it, everybody has been in that festival. Whether it's jazz, rock, country, rap, western, whatever. My dad in 1966, he was the opening act for that festival. The OG, as they like to say, 1966. He sang the song that he wrote called Stormy Monday. He still can sing it. Elvis Presley closed that festival in 1966. Google that shit. That's Pops. The musical energy and DNA is etched in me. And I'm not too old at about a long shot. Go back in and work some musical magic. So I did something that I haven't done in years, and that's made a promise and a vow that I'm going to put some music together. I'm going to get back in the yo. But this time I'm not doing it for an artist to come out with some shit. No, I'm doing it for myself. So it's going to be a little bit of everything. You'll hear a little bit of everything. I'll be working with a lot of different people because there's people out there that still inspires me. It's just scheduling and getting people together, because when I do something, I like to do it right and do it big, go all out. But being in the studio for 8.5 hours today, it brought back so many. I remember just me and my homies. They was working on their album. I was working on a project back in the 80s. I remember sitting down there in the studio. We call it the basement. Bernard Terry on the boards. And I'm seeing Melvin and Gordon and Ready for the World. They working on their project. Then bam, Oh Sheila come out. My track, Time for Us, come out. And I'm like, it's brought back so many memories, right? So I says, let me get my ass up. It's going to take me away from the tube, but, not a lot. But it's going to take me away from the tube, because when I'm dedicated to something, I'm dedicated. When I'm dedicated to somebody, I'm dedicated. So I'm dedicating myself to my son, my mother, my nephews, and to my Pop's blessings to get my ass. Like Pop said, man, look, you need to get your ass up. Don't worry about me, I'm good. And you need to get back where you feel comfortable. I used to call it my second home. And for a minute, I was kind of lost, because with technology today, they got so many. See, I'm used to you know, going into a studio, there's a set of drums and your ass had to play. Um, you use machines and shit. You either had to play that shit or you didn't get that shit, right? So the C is different, you know, much different, and it's so easy. And I'm like, damn, why y'all ain't in here pumping out albums every fucking week? It's the artist. If you're my age, I'll get my ass back on the stage and perform if I have to, and I'm going to. But man, y'all got it easy now. That's why I was telling my nephew and taking him, man, look, y'all got it easy. We used to have to play. Now you can just and then stop and loop it, and then it'll go for the whole fucking song. Y'all got it easy. You ain't got to worry about doing no first take, second take, third take, fourth take. You can just loop it. And then let it loop, and it's over with. I'm like, shit. Okay. Let's do this. So H-Town Bound is finna go down. And I feel good. I'm not gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna show nothing. I'm just gonna let you see. As they say, the backstage or the behind the scenes, little snippets. So you'll see that he doing that shit. So I'm gonna try to find a little something. The last time I was in the live, it's not a lot, so that y'all can see. No, he doing that shit. That's him. That's him. Yeah. I'm gonna get on the mic. I'm gonna sing a little. Don't be judging. I'm gonna spit a little. You can judge that. I know me, you know, I know what I have and what I don't have, but you know, nephew like Pops, just put down the cigars for about 6 months, man. And please get back on that mic, right? I said, okay, man, look, let's do this. So I've made a promise and I made a vow. Let's do this. And I told him, it's my last time. Other than I'll do stuff behind the scenes, whatever I can do. The industry is not the same. Shit. It's just so many ways that you can do it now without having to go and sign, quote unquote, a record deal. And still, if you wanted to, live a comfortable life, if you will. And so that's what my inspiration is. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care if you was 5 years old, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, I don't care. Whatever it was that inspired you all throughout your life, it's never dead. All you have to do is transform, right? And go through this here rebirth. I've been going through a spiritual evolutionary rebirth for the past 7 years. It's not an overnight thing. And if there's people around you that don't inspire you, you need to find yourself being less around these people. With tarot, when y'all come and watch tarot, make sure that you're being inspired to watch this stuff. Don't just be watching tarot because you're trying to find out what the fuck somebody else is doing, who they with, what's the outcome, what can you expect. The only fucking thing that you can expect is what you do. Expect that. There's 3 readers in all of YouTube that I can sit and enjoy listening to, because they're not going to come at me. They're not going to come at you with just some cards. They come in with an inspired, delivered message from source. They helping people. 111, as I said, that they're helping people. Even as me, as I read some of the email, on a regular basis, and people say, Ivory, the video you did such and such day, wow, it inspired me. I love to hear that word inspire, because inspire is a indebted emotional vibration that is rare in this here on this planet now. All you got to do is look at what's going on around the world and look at people's lives. And you will see that a lot of people are not being inspired no more. They just dealing with shit. But I feel so inspired again. I'm sitting on 3 books that's done. There's a lot of inspiration in these 3 books. I have a Soul's Journey mini series that is one day, it's a volume. And I'm just taking you on this Soul's Journey in each book. It's only like about 60, 70 pages in each book. But each one is a Soul's Journey's episode in my life, and even past life, that is written and designed to inspire people. When we was born, we was given a name, a number, and a religion. That's not you. Let me say that again. Everybody was born in this country. You was given a name that you knew nothing about. You was given a number, and they made millions off of that number. And you was given a religion, all of which you didn't know nothing. So you grew up, we grew up not being our authentic self. Right? And it took me years to know who I am. I had to go back a few past lives to realize who the fuck I am here. What was I here to do? And once I grabbed hold of that, as they say, it was all she wrote. I've tried to help people. I've tried to network with people. I've tried to share ideas, creative ideas. People take your shit, they go do it somewhere else. You know, been there, done that shit. So now I do shit to inspire me. If it inspires somebody else, that's a beautiful thing. But it's designed to inspire me first. Inspire self. You don't need nobody else to inspire you to get your ass up and make changes and go and do that rebirth. Sometimes that requires you cutting off every goddamn body for a while. That's the only way sometimes you can really find yourself and what inspires you. I've speak and preached and taught thousands over the years. But I've been inspired by a few. Now, at this point in time on my soul's journey, it's all about inspiring myself and inspiring others. Whatever format that is. Because we all can use inspiration. Inspiration will make you forget about desperation. Inspiration will make you forget about desperation. Desperation could be anything that you try to hold on to. You know this shit ain't good for you. You know this shit is toxic. You know this shit is fucking illusion. That's desperation. Inspiration will pull you away from all of that shit. Don't be out here begging no damn body. Don't be out here thinking that you can only be with a specific person. That's bullshit. Be with you. Inspire you. That'll get you up faster than anybody else. What inspires you? If your soul's journey purpose, if you don't know what you're here to do, you'll never be inspired. Because your purpose of being here should be the one thing, if nothing else, that inspires you to get up and do something. And that's where I am. I'm back in that inspirational energy to inspire my damn self first. Because attracts like. And if you are inspired, you're going to attract others that are inspired. My son hit me up 4 or 5 times since the studio. We've been gone now about a couple of hours. Pops is just so, it just felt so good seeing you in the studio. I've seen you in many places. I've seen you do many things, but you've always felt at peace when you're in the studio. I can meditate over music all night long. And it really inspires me when I meditate over music. That's music that I've created with these hands. That's inspirational to me. That's where I am. I'm not trying to do nothing for no damn to get no damn Grammys. What happens, happens. I just want to inspire myself and then see myself inspiring an audience, inspiring ears, hearts, and minds. That's what I'm doing it for. I'm going to enjoy doing it. Now I got to go all the way out to Colorado, and I got to go all the way out to Las Vegas, and I got to go all the way out to California, then to Detroit to make this here happen. Because those that inspire me, they're all over the damn place. And I remember so many people after I got on social media a few years ago, a lot of folks thought that I was dead from what they heard back in the day. Right? So to be here, as they say, and still alive, and as many say that you shouldn't be here, that's inspirational. That's inspirational. So yours truly, gonna get his ass up, and I'm gonna start back making beautiful music that soothes the soul, that gets you on the dance floor, that makes you feel good hanging out at night. That it don't have to be bitches and hoes in it, and just good, feel good, inspiring music. And the beauty that I love about my nephews and my son is they overstaying me. Look, y'all, I don't want y'all out here glorifying the streets and vilifying women. You know you ain't gonna get me on no track like that. I'm not gonna disrespect the black God woman, if you will, or the melanated God woman. You can't get me to do that shit. I can't wait to get with my daughters with they singing asses and just have fun. Just have fun again. And family, tribe, listen. Meditate and pray and think about things that inspires you. Remember when you was young and you probably wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer or a performer or a teacher, whatever it was that inspired you. That's part of your soul's journey. Get up and start walking in your inspirational purpose. And I promise you, you're going to feel good as shit. It'll take 10, 15, 20 years off of your energy, how you feel. Because I ain't going to even lie to you. I felt like I was about 20, 21 years old again today at the studio, just in it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lying. I love that shit. So I feel good. What's up, everybody? Y'all doing all right? Y'all doing all right? What's up, y'all? Mary, Jess, y'all doing good. Vanessa, Tasia, what up? Keep. Roxy, what's up? What's up? Claudel, peace and blessings to you. Yeah, Sheila, what's up? Yeah, kids to the stars. What up? Ben, what up? What up? What up? Philosophical. Estella, what's up? Christina, what's up, Christina? Doing all right? Lisa, you doing all right? Michelle, you doing all right? Rhonda, you doing all right? Listen. On my way out, I remember we used to be in rehearsal with Dr. Mattie Moss Clark and UNAC. And my late pastor in Memphis, the late Bishop G.E. Patterson, Temple of Deliverance, Cathedral of Bountiful Blessing, the first, the OG mega church, and being a musician there, as well as an evangelist and an elder. I remember him used to tell me, Ivory, God got great things for you, young man. Yada, 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 yada. But we used to be in rehearsal. And Dr. Clark, Mama Clark, Dr. Clark used to be so funny, but she's a perfectionist. She was a perfectionist when it came to her music. And we would be messing up. And she used to have this thing. She would stop. Hold on. Tenors. Y'all know God didn't give y'all that note. Y'all singing in K flat. K flat ain't even no chord. Y'all singing in K flat tenors, you know good and well. And she would tell you, look, Dr. Clark, she would tell you, when you off, she could hear you. It could be 300-400 of us in the UNAC choir. And she could tell if one damn voice was off. She could tell when one voice was off out of 300. I'm not lying now. If the bass player hit a flat note, she heard it. Stop. We damn near done with the song. Stop. And she would tell the bass player, she would do something like, whoever it was, John Doe, what's this? And she would be so funny, y'all. Twinkie would be on that Hammond B3. She wouldn't say nothing because she knew how Mama was, a perfectionist. Twinkie would just sit. Oh man! Shout out to Bill Moss. That's her nephew. We was all young. Shout out to the late James Moore, good friend. Wow. I sit back and just think about these people now. And it's amazing how you was right there in the midst. And it was an honor to put together that plaque and put together that tribute concert for Dr. Clark and get the approval of them daughters. That was a blessing. Boy, did we have a time, as they say, that night. Some of them I heard, they asked me, whatever happened to Ivory? Whatever happened? Oh, he don't even go to church no more. What? Yeah. He ain't pastoring, he ain't preaching. Nope. He be on YouTube though, or he be on Facebook then, not on YouTube. And they would come in sometime and support me when I was live on Facebook, because I'm not going to disrespect what a person believes. And I'm going to tell you something. Whatever it is that inspires y'all, I don't care if it's something way back when you was 2-3 years old, if you can remember. I don't care if it was your first English teacher, your first math teacher, your first coach, whoever and whatever inspired you, rebirth that energy. It's not too late. It's not too late. And I can't wait until Thursday. Even though my nephew and my son, they on their way to Colorado. And then my son will go back to Memphis. But I can't wait till next Thursday with me and Tick. We just sitting at the studio and I'm doing what I love to do again. Because I love me some fucking music, y'all. I love creating it. I'm just being honest with you. I love it. I just feel at home. I feel at peace. Because it's you, the universe, and these rhythms and vibrations. That's it. There's nobody there to judge you. There's nobody to do nothing. And I can't wait until I release this first book. But I'm so picky. If it ain't right, I'm not going to fuck with it. I don't care what they offer, whatever. Because if they offer you this, it's worth 100 times more. Just remember that. And if they don't want to give me what I know my shit is worth, I'm not doing shit. I ain't signing my name to shit. That's real talk. I love me some music, folks. And I'm going to show y'all. I ain't going to tell you no more now. I'm going to show you. Some people know. Hold on before I burn down the fucking studio. Some people know me and they know I'm not going to do shit. I'll sit up and watch your ass. Do whatever you do. But if that shit don't inspire me, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. You lose me. You want to lose me? Be boring. Be judgmental. And be uninspiration. Because I know if you ain't inspired, you can't inspire me. If you low vibrating, you can't tell me shit. Because why? I done been there. I know how that shit roll and I know how that shit feel. And if you can't inspire me, I can't fuck with you. I'm serious. If I can't inspire you, you shouldn't fuck with me. Period. That goes from A to Z. If you with somebody and that person don't inspire you or you don't inspire them, what the fuck is y'all together for? That shit 100 to yourself. Stop being real to yourself. If you got to wake up and you got to argue with a motherfucker every damn day or 2 or 3 times a week over some bullshit, that is not inspirational. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's depressing. That's toxic. If you with somebody, they trying to compete with you or with your gifts or with your talents, need to be away from around. Get away from around them people fast. Them should be the easiest people you can cut off. It's people that don't inspire you, people that judge you, and people that brings your vibration down. They bring your energy down. Get away from around these damn people. Stay away from around these people. I don't care if it's mama, daddy, sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews, children, whoever, uncles, aunts, whoever. Take it from yours truly if you don't want to take it from nobody else. That Queen of Sword energy, you got to start learning how to cut people the fuck off. Cut them off. Get them out of your energy. My home is peaceful. every day. I can burn sage with my doors and windows closed. You know why? I don't allow foul shit up in here. Because why? Physically, technically, I'm not supposed to be here in terms of I've been shot at so many damn times. Never only had one bullet to escape the top of my head, my skull. That's it. I've been stabbed a couple times, left for dead. I'm still here. So there's a reason. So it's like the universe says, I don't give a fuck if your ass get 80, 90, 100 years old. You gonna do it this lifetime. So I don't want to wait. What I got to do, I got to do. What I need to do, I need to be doing it. And if you're not inspiring, I just can't fuck with you. I'm this channel. I didn't start this channel because I was boring, didn't have shit to do, wanted some attention. It's part of the purpose. It's part of self gratification, and it's part of self inspiration. If this here didn't inspire me, I wouldn't do it. It inspires me to see others inspired. It inspires me to see people go through a lot of bullshit, and then they give it some time to see themselves. Don't see the person that fucked over you or did you wrong or what. No, see yourself. You had a role to play in that bullshit. And it's called lowering your vibration, right? And becoming codependent in some form or fashion. Ignoring red flags. And once you can get out of that energy, you off and running. Once you're no longer triggered, you don't care if you saw that man or woman with 100 men or 100 women, it don't bother you, it don't trigger you. That's when you know that person energetically is cut. You can see them in the streets. You're not triggered. Even if you don't say none of them and they don't, you just not triggered. I don't have nothing negative to say about nobody. We all got our own. So, okay, so you going through your shit that I done been through. I'm not going to judge you because you going through some shit that I done been through. When you get out, when you elevate, when you evolve, we're going to have some shit to talk about that's in common. That's why I don't mind people here, masculine energy, people that's cheating on their wives, husbands, baby mamas. Y'all come on, everybody. I'm a certified crisis counselor, marital counselor, and substance abuse counselor, former pastor. Built and organized and ran a battle shelter for women and children. I understand the streets. I done banged. Did it all. So I can't say, no, I don't want to deal with this group. As long as you ain't sending negative energy towards me, evil-eyed and hateful ass energy and resent and he did this to me, he should do this, he should have did this. I ain't with that shit. You yours? Soul Tribe, I got mine. I'm not going to judge you. You're not going to judge me. Be careful with these readers that's telling you what people are going to do. The readers are telling you people coming back, they coming back, they going through this, they going, let them go through. Evolution is forward moving energy. That's North Node energy. Don't be waiting on no damn body to return. You knowing somebody is laid up with somebody else and you waiting on that motherfucker to come back. So you like used goods. I'm not saying this in a negative sense. Why is you crying over leftover food in the fucking refrigerator when you can inspire yourself, get your ass up, and go in there and cook you something fresh? You worried about some leftovers? Don't let people put you in that space. Everybody been hurt. Everybody. It's the ones that evolve out of that hurt and turn into inner profit. How can you benefit from your hurt? That's what's going to inspire you. And if you've been, how can you benefit inwardly from your hurt outwardly? That's what's going to inspire you. There's people out here that are waiting on y'all, waiting to connect. New soul tribes, new soul family. They're waiting. Just like you wait, they wait. And you need to inspire yourself so that you can allow the universe, spirit, source, God, for you to cross paths with these people. That way, that shit that you thought that you couldn't get over, and then you find yourself when that information or that subject comes up about a certain situation or a certain person, when it comes up, you be like, oh, yeah, shit, I remember that. Man, motherfucker learned a lot from that. You learn. That's the key. Man, can't go down that road again. And you don't feel no ill feeling towards the person or that thing. That's when you know you evolved. Some of these people, if and when the universe allow them to come back around, because your free will and inspiration, your self-inspiration, your energy, your vibrations, your evolution, the universe, in many cases, you're not even interested in entertaining these energies no more. You don't hate them. You just know that no, that was not that wasn't an inspirational moment. That wasn't an inspirational situation. That wasn't a very inspirational person. So you're not dying to get back with that energy. It ain't got shit to do with the person. It's the energy. And because they left in such a way, you don't know what has transpired in their life. If you know that your intentions was great and good and honest and humble, and they fucked over you, you can only imagine who they with and what the fuck's going on. So you shouldn't be craving that energy. Because like, damn, if they did it to me and I was just trying to be there for them, just trying to build something with them, imagine who they with. If they on that energy to fuck over you, imagine in that energy what they did. Some of these people are mentally gone. Some of these people is fucking and tinkling around with dark energy, spells and magic and bullshit. And if you saw them again, you'd be like, damn. So I was all messed up because of that person or that situation. And then you'll see how flawed you were with them rose-colored glasses, ignoring all the damn red flags, the black flags, the pink flags, just ignoring every fucking thing. That's you. That ain't them. Whatever inspires you, whoever inspires you, it should come from you inspiring yourself. Stop wanting to be around people that pulls or have pulled your energy down and you ain't heard from them. It's meant for you not to hear from them. They learned their fucking lesson. You learned your fucking lesson. That's all you need. Don't hold no grudges. Don't hate. Don't resent. They gonna get their karma. I don't want to see nobody get their damn karma. I don't even want to have nothing. The less I know, the better. If somebody pick up the phone, you heard what happened to this person, you heard, oh, for real, like, damn, my condolences, or, man, sorry to hear that, damn. But don't bring that whole episode of what the fuck happened with that person. No, not out of disrespect, but there's that recall in mind that's there, that's etched. And you don't want to relive that, because for some of y'all it was traumatizing. So you don't want to relive that trauma. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with the person. You don't want to relive that trauma energy. And once you get to that, you good. Inspire your damn self. Go back and dig back from within when you was 4, 5 years or whatever first inspired you. Go back to that energy today, tonight. And I guarantee you, you're going to be a totally different person. Your manifestational skills and abilities will go skyrocket. I inspire my dad. My dad inspires me. It cost me over the past 6 months, it has cost me thousands just to get my dad straight. I ain't pick up the phone, I ain't bothered. No damn body. Appreciate everybody that shows some love, but I didn't bother nobody. I put that plea into the universe. And the universe, my guides and my ancestors would allow me to cross paths with people that will show favor. Right? That's how you do this, folks. Whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you desire, there is people that the universe will allow you to cross paths with. I'm telling you. They all ain't gonna always look like you. They're not gonna be this skin tone. I'm telling you. It's about inspiration. Inspire people, inspire yourself, and be inspired. Inspiration is healing energy. Inspiration will get you out of a lump or a slump or a dark side or dark moments. Inspirations bring healing and light energy. And to be inspired the way that I am now, it's beautiful for me. And it's not just all music, but it's beautiful for me to be inspired. The person you lay beside every night, now or in the future, if that energy laying beside you does not inspire you and you don't inspire them, you are laying down in one energy. You cannot build on that long term. It's what you see and what you feel. That's it. What you getting, what they get. If there's no inspiration, get the fuck down. No, you ain't no punk. Don't let nobody ever put you there. Sometimes it's good to just get the fuck down. That's the only way you can show a person that you're serious. Is when you get the fuck down and cut that damn cord. They'll get the message then. You don't worry about how they're going to receive it. They'll get that fucking message. And once they get that message, they can do whatever they want to do. Because why? You inspired, you have uplifted yourself, you have did healing, you have evolved, you have transformed, you've gone through a rebirth. There is no ill will, there is no hate. You got to inspire your damn self in 2023. If you can't inspire yourself, you can't inspire no damn body. Nor will you be inspired by someone. I love me some inspiration. Love me some inspiration. When I used to get up and preach or teach, if I wasn't doing it out of inspiration, people felt it. Oh, he just a boring. I ain't never had nobody to say you a boring preacher. You a boring teacher. Your music sound boring. No, because I did it out of inspiration. If that shit don't move me, I'm not doing it. Fuck with people that inspire you, folks. I'm telling you. Do things that inspire you. I'm telling you. That shit'll make you feel like you 4, 5 years old. I'm in the studio dancing and shit like I ain't danced in, damn it, shit, decades. They in there looking, Pops. Oh, Pops, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this shit. Don't be asking me am I ready shit. I'm here now. Let's go. Go to work. Get your ass in there in the booth. You better not, don't take no paper in that damn booth. Don't go in that booth if it's not here. And if it's not here, don't take that shit. Don't, no. You go in that booth, you better be ready, boy. And they know that's how I am. When you go home, write that shit. Practice. Memorize that shit. I very seldom use paper. It comes from here, and then it comes out. It comes from here, and then that shit come out. That's me. Everybody ain't me. If I write something down, it's just to remind me. That's it. Other than that, it's here or it's here. I don't use no scripts. I don't have no notes around here. I don't have a library full of books, but I can go on any subject with anybody. That's because I've inspired myself. And it comes from here, and so it comes out. No books. Didn't nobody teach me no tarot. Didn't nobody teach me astrology. And I'm not a tarot reader, nor am I an astrologist. People think that I am, but I'm not. It's all a download gift. You can download gift. I downloaded tarot. It was given to me. I looked, you know, it just fit. And here it is. I'm not trying to be, fucking YouTuber and, anybody that comes here, they come one at a time. I like that shit. And if they come back, that's because they heard something. Right? I can't come here and give you 5-minute, 10-minute quick fixes, Soul's Journeys messages. I can't. Maybe somebody else can. Go. I can't come here every day and keep giving you 12 damn zodiacs and tell you damn near the same damn thing every day. I can't. I'm more than just that. What can I do? What can I say to inspire? One at a time. One. That's it. Peace and blessings. Yeah, if you still here, what's your question there? Yeah, young nephew. What's up, Grace? Yeah, you still here. What's up, Kiki? Good. It's good to see you doing better. Yeah, you go. All right. I couldn't do your question in the beginning. I had to do what I had to do. So I'm waiting on your question. Make sure it ain't personal either, yeah. When you get make sure your question ain't personal. So yeah might be gone. Yeah, gone. He trying to get his question together. Yeah, if you still here, nephew, now you should have already had your question together. He say he gonna reach out to you tomorrow, Kiki. I did hear him say that. Right. All right, he go. Anybody got any final words, any final thoughts, any comments? Don't forget to put something in the bucket. I got so much I'm trying to do, y'all. And I just had to narrow it down to just 2 or 3 things instead of 20, 30 things. But I'm just, I used to try to, do stuff as a group, as a network with other people involved. Now I've been there, done that a few times. Now I'm gonna do it myself. And that's it. But yeah, it felt damn good being in the studio. And I can't wait to Thursday night, like a damn kid going to school for the first day of school. That type of feeling. I can't wait to get back to class one more time. For the second time. But this time around, shit, I feel it. And then, I'm gonna head back down when I back down to Houston, I'll stop at I'm gonna stop at Trailburgers. I hope Bum is there. I fucks with Bum B. They good people, good family people, good damn people that stop by there. I don't know the brother like that. No, it's like I say, sometimes inspiration don't have to come from people you know. It's the energy. And what he's doing, that's inspiring in the sense that he did it all out of inspiration. And then sometimes you got to know the person in terms of All I know is I never heard nobody saying nothing bad about B. You know, I like some down in H-Town, just good people. You know, Willie D, like Willie D. I fuck with Phase 2. You know, I know they beefing right now, but you know, I ain't got shit to do with that. I ain't judgmental. You know, the only reason why I'm not in Houston is because of Pops. You know, I'm 80 miles, and then I don't let that damn water because I left Houston in 2017 after Hurricane Harvey, and I says, well, fuck that. Lost everything, got to start all over. So I says, okay, I'm gonna go north of Harris County. I'm gonna go north of Houston this time. So I'm about 85 miles north of Houston, and I like it. Small town, love it. Country setting, love it. Go out the back door, forest, love it. Wilderness, whatever you want to call it. I love it. I love that country feel now. And Pops is loving it. Right? So that's it. Good. Peace. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Sunday live. Sunday hangout. Don't forget to put something in the bucket. Y'all be safe. I say.